The first thing that was on my to-do list was to tidy up the house. I don't know if you can tell, but I still have my birthday balloons, which was a month ago, so those need to come down. And I was about ready to start with the living room, and that's when my husband decided that we needed to dig out the PlayStation 2, and our TV was up on our mantle, and I was like, well, you know, if we're digging that out, we're gonna have to rearrange the living room because we won't be able to play it. The controllers aren't long enough. We rearranged the living room, and I actually love it. It's really nice. Our living room is really long, but we have like 2 doorways smack dab in the middle, so I feel like any orientation of it is just kind of awkward, but I really like it, at least for the summertime, because our fireplace is kind of cut off back here, and I like in the winter when we are using the fireplace, everything being open to it, but we're not making any fires for a couple of months, so it's good now. And the living room's all tidy, so let's go start on the dining room. I'm now going to change the sheets because I feel like having a fresh sheets is just the perfect reset. So we're going to take these off. Usually I've just been washing them and then putting them on later, but I think I'm going to be too tired to put them on later. So we're going to switch to different sheets today. All right, the dining room is all tidy. I think it looks pretty good. I moved the cart that was over on this wall to here, just so it's out of the way. We have more walking space, but now I need some wall art here. I don't know what to put, so we'll have to figure out something for that. The next thing I need to do is desperately water my plants. I don't know if you can tell how droopy this one is, and one of them up on the mantle, it's just in water, not soil, and it has no water in it. So it's been a hot minute since I've watered, so we're gonna do that. I think part of why I've neglected so many of my plants is because it kind of takes a lot of effort into watering them. So I have to gather them all up, put them in the bathtub, water them, and then I have to wait like 2 days for them to be dry enough to put back. So I have a whole bunch of crystal like plates and platters and stuff left over from our wedding, which I absolutely love. I love using them to host with, but I think I'm gonna take some of them and set them out as like little saucers to drip the water because I hate the ugly plastic ones. They're like my biggest pet peeve ever. So I think some of these glass crystal ones will just look a lot nicer. I actually don't have as many smaller platters as I thought I did, so for the rest of my plants, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye out. I do actually have 2 pots that I want to repot some of my plants in anyways, which I forgot about and I already watered them, so I'll have to wait to do that after they're dry. And then the other couple of plants I have left are like my snake plant and my aloe plant, which hardly ever need water, so I'm not quite as worried about those just because they very rarely get watered. One of my goals for this month is to actually use my journal more often. So I bought this journal like a year and a half ago and I started using it, but I feel like I get very intimidated by seeing pretty journals online and stuff, and then I just like am too afraid to use my journal. So I'm going to not be afraid, I'm just gonna do it. And then I didn't even want to continue using this journal because I had a few pages in it, but I decided, you know, it's not gonna be perfect. I ripped those pages out and we're using it. So I'm gonna sit down and I want to write down my July goals. I did actually used to use a bullet journal. This is from 2018. I'll just show you guys like a little sneak peek of it. I did really love using this. So I want to make this kind of a mix between just like a brain dump and a junk journal, just memories, and just to dump all my thoughts into it. So I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to write down all of my July goals. Alright, so here is what my journal's looking like. So I just did my goals on this side and then a habit tracker on this side. I just kept it very simple, nothing complicated. I think at some point I do want to like glue in or put in stickers and that kind of stuff to decorate, but for now we just have this. So my July goals, I have a mix of like personal and social media ones. My first goal is I want to read 4 books this month. I've kind of fallen behind in reading since I've started classes again, so I want to get back into the habit of reading. Then I also want to start working out 3 times a week. We actually just canceled our gym membership, so it's kind of like ironic that that's my goal, but I want to do some at-home like Pilates YouTube video workouts. I do have like a yoga mat and some weights and stuff, so I just want to do those. I much prefer workouts at home anyways. Then I want to reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I feel like, considering my past analytics, is reaching for the moon quite a bit, but I think it's very doable. I have been posting very consistently the last couple of weeks and I've seen a lot of growth just in the last week even, so I think it's gonna be doable. I'm going to aim high and hopefully we reach it. Following along with that, I also want to reach 200 followers on Twitch. I am just finishing up my first full month of streaming on Twitch, and in that month I think I have roughly 115 followers and about 12 subscribers, which is insane. I can't believe that I've grown that much in such a short amount of time, so I want to continue that growth track that I'm on and reach 200 followers. And then I also want to reach 30 subscribers. So like I said, I have I think like 12 subscribers right now, and obviously at the end of the month you can lose subscribers on Twitch, but I'm hoping for a goal of 30. And then my last goal is I'd like to sell $500 worth of crochet. I'm not working right now so that I can focus on school, so it would be nice to have a little bit of extra income just for various expenses and spending money. I want to share the books that I read in June and the books that I want to read in July. I'm actually really sad to say that this is the only book I read in the month of July, which is not like me at all. If you know me, I love to read. I'm always reading. I think I read 10 books in April, and then May I might have only read 2, and then I was kind of in a slump. I had read Blake Crouch's Pine series. I started it and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I did put it on my summer TBR if you watch my summer reset video, but I just don't feel like picking it up, and those are library books, so I'll probably just return them and I probably won't check them out again. But yes, Throne of Glass was the only book that I I read in the month of June. I did rate this book 4 stars. I didn't love it. It wasn't the best book I've ever read, which is how I felt the first time I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. Like right from the get-go, I was immediately obsessed. However, I think this is definitely setting the stage for the rest of the series, so I do still have high hopes for the rest of the series. So then moving on to the books I want to read in July, I want to pick up with The Crown of Midnight, which I'm actually in the middle of reading. I'm about a third of the way through, and so far it's pretty slow, but it's definitely going somewhere. And then I think I'm going to take a break from the Throne of Glass series there, because the next book that I will read in the series is the prequel, and I think if I wait to read the prequel, it'll kind of like refresh my mind if I take a break from the series. Because then, being July, of course we need some summary reads. So the first summary read is The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hilderbrand. I'm really excited for this one. I've heard so many good things about it. After that, I want to read Every Breath by Nicholas Sparks. Of course, just a cute, light, summary romance. North Carolina Beach. What is more summary than Nicholas Sparks or Ellen Hilderbrand? And then just for something different to switch it up, I want to read The Wives by Taryn Fisher. This is a thriller, so this will be just something fresh to hopefully prevent me from having a burnout. I'm really excited to use this little area behind the couch. So our fireplace is over here, which we're not using for the summer, but I'm going to use it for my little workout area. So I have weights somewhere. I'm gonna get those, maybe get like a cute little basket for them, and then I can do my workouts in front of the mirror here. Actually, like, haven't even hung anything up on the walls. We have like just our little mail and like key organizer by the door, and then Zach did have like a bottle cap opener in the dining room, but he took that down, and we haven't hung up a single thing else because originally like we moved in and we were just still trying to get settled, hadn't hung anything on the walls, and then Zach got his job in DC, so we moved to DC. And then when we came back home, and since we've been back home for the last, I don't know, 9 months probably is how long we've been back home, we've just really been like focused on trying to get our house in order. So like we had to clean up and organize stuff and just like declutter everything. So we have yet to hang anything up on the walls, and I'm really excited to be able to start actually decorating and making this a home. One thing that desperately needs to be done is these curtains need to go. I do really like them because they're on a track with like a pulley, but they're horrible. And I've been wanting to change the curtains, but the reason why I haven't is because I am so indecisive. I cannot commit to a single curtain type or curtain color because I don't like our couches. We're not gonna keep them, but we have them for now. And so I think that's like part of my issue is I don't know what kind of furniture we'll have, so I don't know how I want to decorate. I don't know, like I don't necessarily want like just tan or white curtains, but at the same time, if I pick color, then I feel like I'm committing to a certain like vibe or aesthetic. So decisions are hard. Well, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little monthly reset video. I'm really excited to do another one of these next month so we can look back on my goals and see which ones I did or didn't complete, and just to see what changes may need to be made to like my habits and my routine in order to be living my best life. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys get some motivation to be productive, whatever that may look like for you, because it is different for everyone. And if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you. Be sure to comment this emoji, and if you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.